All right. What's up, y'all? What's up? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Let's introduce ourselves. Yes, I know we went live maybe half a minute sooner than usual, but whatever. Okay, half a minute.
But we are here.
We're here. Don't crucify us, okay? Y'all know what it is. Coach Williams, NFL Wildcat quarterback that runs the show, future Hall of Famer. Panel 316, the good guy with the black hat, and he says, ask away. Yes, ask away, because this is another viewer's choice for us this year. The offseason is a little lightweight right now. Very little is happening. I mean, yeah, David Njoku signed with the Chargers, but we know what to do.
We don't care about Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel. We're going to stop that. We're going to stop right there. Before you have any questions about Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel, we're not going to answer that here. We don't do that here.
What can I say, man? Do or die and Twister. Pole pimping, baby. Popping tags. Anyway, damn, I almost went there. But yes, ask questions about anything going on in the offseason. That's what Viewer's Choice is about. For people who are brand new to this whole thing, that's what Viewer's Choice is about. Ask any questions about, free agents, any free agent. It don't matter who it is. It could be, well, it does kind of matter, because we don't want some random Joe Blue that we never heard of, and that's going to be fifth string cornerback somewhere. But ask us about anything free agency related, draft related. NFL schedule kind of getting leaked out there a little bit today. Maybe you might want to ask questions about that. So ask away. Ask whatever question comes to mind. Do some searching, whatever. Ask about a past draft. Ask about a past free agent signing or trade or release or whatever. Whatever. Just ask any questions. Let's go. Let's get into it. As you all get your questions together, though, I do have one question for Pando and for everybody else. Okay. Is everything, hold on. I'm going to say what's up to KC. What's up, KC?
What up, Kev?
All right. Is everything good in Philadelphia as they try to sing Kumbaya again in this part of May?
It's kind of like, in the NFL, there's propaganda. People are gonna say, we all know everything's fine, we're good, and it's like, you really aren't gonna see any true backlash from anything that's going on until probably midway through the season or toward the end. If there is any stink, the stink is not going to really come out until much later. But outside of Howie Roseman, that's a pretty dysfunctional team right there.
It is. It really is.
Philly fans will deny. But, you had issues with the coaching staff. You got disgruntled players. You got a quarterback that, basically that y'all think is better than what he actually is.
Donald.
Hey, what up, Donald Ray? But, it is what it is, and I think that we you hear those grumblings. I'm gonna put it like this: their PR firm really knows how to put, sweep stuff under the rug and make it really, it's no, it's not a big deal, to where you don't look at this hand while this hand is look at this hand while this hand is under here doing this.
So basically, they not put powdered sugar on. Never mind, I'm not going there.
Yeah, it's if there is anything to it.
And the reason, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but the reason why I'm asking is because I saw earlier today that Jalen Hurts says, I have no problem with lining up under center. When in the past it's been a problem, he always want to line up in center. That's his preference. But this new OC that he has, who has a Shanahan background, and these coaches that have a Shanahan background, they want their quarterback under center. So Jalen is saying on May 11th that, hey, there's no problems with line up on the center. And German, like I said, don't forget to have post your questions as we're talking right now.
Hey, what up, Brick?
What up, Brick? Post your questions in here as we talk. And like I said, my question is everything good in Philadelphia? And look, I want fans to answer too. Also post questions. Post questions first and answer. So, but yeah. Go ahead, E.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that winning is the best perfume. And if there is some issues, the best way to solve those issues is to start out the gate hot and be like, see, there's no problems here in Philadelphia. Now, if they start the season off bumpy, let's say the first 7 games, they're like 3-4 or something like that. Then we're going to start talking. Then it's going to be, hell, they 4-3 over the first 7 games.
And it depends on who those games are.
Yeah, and then there's going to be some grumblings, and so
I know it's tough. I know it's tough to say right now. And listen. I get it. AJ Brown looked like he's going to be on his way out the door in 22 days, roughly, give or take.
So does that contract matures?
Yeah. So. AJ Brown's, like I said, he's gone on record multiple times and wanting to get out of there, even after signing his contract extension couple off season ago.
Hold on, Brandy, go ahead and explain to people that may not know what I meant when I said as soon as that contract matures, because they're like, why?
Oh, okay, yeah. So going back to Eve saying that contract matures on June 1st. AJ Brown's contract is structured where he can either be released or traded, and the cap hit won't be as bad this year. If you cut him between now and May 31st, you take a huge cap hit. Matter of fact, let me pull up his numbers as I'm saying this, because I want people to have full context. Because that's what we do here. We give y'all straight facts. No BS. Okay, so as of right now, if you cut him between now and May 31st, it is a $76.5 million dead cap. Okay, after June 1st, you cut that in half. Matter of fact, let me see if I can go to the other site where they have the actual numbers. We're in 2026? So
appears so.
You would take hold on. No, that's pre-June 1st. I don't want that. Oops. Let's close this out. I want post June 1st. Okay. So it looks like you would take a $49 million hit this year and close to a $26 million hit next year. Okay. So it's not as bad. So that's why when Eric says, you will what you call it, when that contract matures, and that's after June 1st, then you can trade him to New England. Okay. So AJ Brown looked like he's on his way out the door. Philadelphia been bringing in wide receivers, including drafting a receiver to try to fill those shoes. Because if anybody think Devontae Smith is going to fill those shoes, I'm not saying that. That's just me.
That's the rationale for drafting Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah.
And I'm also right now, Mekhi Lemon is not AJ Brown.
No, he's not.
I don't feel too good about that pick. Now, he can prove me wrong. He can go out there and ball out, but I don't think he's an AJ Brown.
No, not at all. Because being an ankle wide receiver is tough. Plus, he was at Southern Cal under Lincoln Riley, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lemon. So when you in a system like that, you open 24/7, 365. You're like 7-Eleven, okay? You're like Sheetz or Wawa. You open 24/7. So NFL is different. He's going to be in a completely different offense and everything. He's not going to be as open like he was in college. So I can see where Eric is going with that. But anyway, like I said, it's been said in the past that Jalen Hurts' preference is line up in shotgun. He is saying on May 11th that he's fine to line up on the center. I think we're going to find out the truth. Just like Eric said earlier, close to midway through the season, we're going to find out what that under center stuff look like.
We will know.
We will know.
Yep.
All right. Donald got a question here, and this is a good one. What organization currently has the best long-term future in the NFL? Ooh.
Do you mean financially? Are we talking
roster or what?
Roster, financially, what are we talking about?
Because that's still kind of broad, but until you give us more details of your question, the Jets have a lot of first round picks. Okay, roster. Okay.
So yeah, we depending on how these draft picks play out, I have to tend to agree with Brandon. The Jets are moving in the right direction.
They have first round picks. They have picks this year and next year.
Yeah, and if this draft goes against what the Jets typically do, then they're gonna be in good shape. But if this turns out to be a Jets draft, then they'll be back to square one. But the potential is. However, that being said, they still have a quarterback. When you bring in Geno Smith and then you out there courting Russell Wilson.
Yeah, that's yeah.
It's gonna depend. It's gonna depend on who their draft pick is next year and quarterback, and if that guy pans out. That being said, they are putting together a good supporting roster for whoever they bring in. So they're gonna make, they're gonna have a lot for a young quarterback to work with.
Yes.
And if they pull that off, they're going to have a very good roster, and they could actually start being taken seriously in the AFC East, especially with what's going on in New England.
And Buffalo with a new head coach. Miami has a new head coach. We'll see what both rosters look like because, Josh Allen is close to 30. I know 30 is young for a quarterback, but he's also a quarterback that, that runs around and gets hit. And eventually that does end up becoming wear and tear on your body. You know what? I think right now, and Eric, you may disagree with me on this, but your team, the 49ers, man, y'all have a great roster, but a quarterback who's in his prime or entering his prime because he's in his mid-20s. He's what, 25, 26 by now?
He's 25. I didn't want to be a homer and be like, donut eating, beer drinking, power plant working homer. I didn't want to be that guy, but yeah, right now
25 years old. I'm sorry, 25 years old. You have the head coach. I know he's not great, but it's better than majority of the league. Your GM is better than majority of the league. Okay. And I think as long as they continue to put players around Brock Purdy,
Well,
they
that's
are
what
always going to have a Super Bowl window.
that's what this particular draft was about. There's some key elements that they're going to have to really look at in the very near future to sustain that. Now, what's good is one, they really know how to manage the salary cap. Like right now, 49ers have the most salary cap space in the league because they know how to manage contracts, extend when they need to extend. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, probably getting rid of Brandon Ayuk or just putting him off to the side somewhere until they can get something from him. That helped out that cap situation.
When y'all rebid Trent Williams' contract,
that redoing, they know how to win and how to redo contracts. That's the thing. And they know how to protect themselves from mishaps. So like if Trent Williams decides, hey, I'm gonna go to the house, a lot of that money is not gonna count against hit us in dead cap, you know. And I'm really hoping this happens, but I don't know. Let's say the 49ers win the Super Bowl this year, right? Trent Williams has a high probability of wanting to retire. Most of those old players, they only sticking around so they can win a championship. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. If he quit today, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
So that's the only thing he's left on his resume is to get a ring. So they're gonna have to be very, very judicious about who they bring in to be his replacement. Hell, the replacement might be on the team already. We don't know. And then also looking at your older player like your older players like your Trent Williams and your George Kittles, and then your Christian McCaffrey, who's only 29, but it seems like he's been in the league for 40 years.
That's true.
Christian McCaffrey is not even 30 yet, but people talk like, oh my God, he's so old. And it's like he's 29. What the hell? You know, but those are positions I think they've addressed. I think it depends on what this rookie from Indiana, Kalen Black's going to look like. But if this kid turns out to be that type of dude, then you may have a reasonable replacement for Christian McCaffrey. You're going to need a left tackle, and you're going to need a really solid tight end. Yes. So if those three things get answered, the cap space is going to be there the way contracts are done. They just drafted Deshaun Stribling, who, you know, after looking at film over and over again, a lot of people who were saying that they reached for him, they like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, I can see why they took him at the end of the top of the second round. You know, so this kid pans out. You got your Mike Evans replacement. You know, Jordan Watkins may turn out to be the Christian Kirk replacement, and Ricky Pearsall's already there. So, the pushback would be this is still one of the oldest rosters in the league. That's the only thing. That's why I wasn't quick to say who has a long-term future. I think the window for the Niners is not as wide open as it has been, but it's still very much open. They probably kept it open for probably another couple of years. Not counting this year. This year plus another couple of years.
You know, I think you guys are in a third Super Bowl window, because I talked to Tristan about this a couple of years ago. I said, how long do you think a Super Bowl window usually stays open for? He says about 2-3 years. I said 2 to 4. I think you guys are in your third Super Bowl window. I think your first one was when you all went to Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo and lost. I think your second window was open when you all went to Super Bowl and lost with Brock Purdy. I think you guys are in the third Super Bowl window.
That's possible.
That's how I feel. Breck says he thinks Seattle is a team that has a good future. Breck, I think Seattle is in a Super Bowl window right now, and I think it might only be open for another year or two. I think we need to see
Quarterback.
how much longer
Quarterback.
that window stays open. Like you see, like Eric said, quarterback. That's the concern. It's a quarterback position.
Right now in the NFL, the toughest position to acquire or draft or anything or develop is quarterback. So teams that have their quarterback in place have the best chance. And I was gonna say Houston Texans is a team with a bright future, but we got to see what CJ Stroud is going to be. Now, if he answers all the questions and says, "Yeah, last year was a one-off. I'm gonna be better," then Houston has probably one of the brightest futures moving forward. That roster is very young, and they're very talented. The head coach is very young, very talented. That window is wide open, and as we talked about on the air, CJ Stroud doesn't have any excuses.
No, not anymore.
What they've done in this offseason to put more talent on the defense, put more talent on the offensive line, and put more talent around him. What's the excuse?
Sorry, Brick.
Now, Brick, yeah, it pains me to say it about Seattle, but I don't think. I'm not saying Seattle is a fluke. Let me be clear, because people are misquote me and saying, well, Pando 316 said Seattle was a fluke. I'm not saying that. I want to be clear. Seattle's a very good team, but they can get got.
Yeah,
they can get got if they're not as dominant as people think they are.
The defense is good, but I think the offense did just enough.
With the exodus of Kenneth Walker,
yeah,
Kenneth Walker put that team on his back in the Super Bowl. Okay, we're not finna sit up here and act like Sam Darnold is just a game changer. We're not finna do that. We're not finna sit up here and try to push that narrative. Seattle fans, y'all could get all in a huff about it. I don't care. If you're not from Seattle, you're not a real Seahawks fan anyway. I'm just gonna be real. Okay, rest of y'all are bandwagon fans. Y'all fake as all get out. Because y'all wasn't Seattle fans about 3 years ago. Okay. If you're a Seattle Seahawks fan now, you wasn't a Seahawks fan 3 years ago, shut up. Okay. and the people who are true Seattle fans, the real 12s, they from up in that area. Okay. I'm talking to them. We're not finna sit up and tell this narrative like Sam Darnold is like him. Is Sam Darnold playing better football than when his career started? Absolutely. Absolutely. But when you can disrupt and get at Sam Darnold, everything else is nullified.
Yeah, it is.
Now he doesn't have a proven, I'm not gonna say he doesn't have a running game. He doesn't have a proven running game behind him now. With Kenneth Walker go.
Yeah, running backs injured, and I think rookies on the roster now, so everything is just shaky, the first few weeks in the season. And that was a very good question, because there's kind of really another question I had was like, whose Super Bowl window is open and how much longer you think they have? We covered San Fran, we covered Seattle, we covered New England has a open Super Bowl window, but with what they got going on, I know Vrabel is still the head coach, but does anything happen to Vrabel down the road? I don't know. I'll say no right now, but you never know. So Vrabel being gone, that can change a lot of things. We mentioned Denver. Denver is trying to keep that window open as long as possible. They just traded a first-round pick for Jalen Waddle to give Bo Nix some more help. Remember, Bo Nix got hurt. Mm-hmm. Bo Nix got hurt. If he doesn't get hurt, they probably in the Super Bowl versus New England.
Yeah.
So they have an open window. You mentioned Houston. I think the Rams are trying their hardest to keep the window open. I think the window's only open as long as Stafford is healthy and doing what he needs to do. But
this window is wide open.
Listen. The only thing in between that window closing is this pin is right in between. I'm talking about that's how much space you have. This pin is in between that window closing with the Rams.
No Matthew Stafford cancel Christmas because you're not gonna get it done with Ty Simpson or Stetson Bennett. Okay,
definitely not.
Yeah, so that window, and you talking about an already high injury prone, aging quarterback. So he's one hit away from the Rams season just completely derailing. They ain't got no Mac Jones at backup. Okay, so pulling the goal. Okay, who finna throw the ball?
Okay.
So yeah,
real close to that window closer. Okay. Wes, don't worry about being late, man. Just if you got any questions for us, ask away. Donald Ray, earlier, his question was which division is the toughest in football this year? Hey, listen, man, that's tough because the NFC West is tough. We just mentioned the top three teams, the Rams, Niners, and Seahawks. Niners won double-digit games and was injured. Can't see how to run it back. The Rams, Stafford has been to the Super Bowl, so no game is too big for him. If you look at the AFC West, we'll see what happens with the Chargers. The Denver Broncos, we just mentioned them, not just barely missing Super Bowl with an injury at quarterback. Kansas City, they added players on defense, but my problem with Kansas City is I think they have a player on that team that needs to retire and just don't know how to retire. But
Travis Kelce
needs to retire. They need to get a replacement for him because if they don't have a replacement for him, they're gonna be in trouble. They are going to be in trouble. So that's a tough division. AFC North can be tough, but it's going to depend on Dan Campbell in Detroit because they really missing Ben Johnson, huh?
You said NFC North?
Yeah, NFC North.
Oh, okay. I thought you said AFC North. Okay,
no, NFC North. NFC North is going to depend on Dan Campbell in Detroit because I think they really missing Ben Johnson. Okay. And Minnesota just added a receiver in Juwan Jennings. But Kyler Murray, even though he's an upgrade over what they had at quarterback, is still not fantastic. And if Kyler Murray does not work out in Minnesota, you might as well just close the door on his career.
Just go play baseball.
Go play. I say play baseball anyway. But
I still don't have a lot of faith in Kyler Murray. They're expecting Kyler Murray to be their savior in Minnesota. They barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah.
Okay. Are they gonna win some games? Sure. There's a lot of talent around it. Sure. But are they gonna threaten that division as good as the Bears are?
That's tough.
As resurgent as the Lions probably are gonna be?
Yeah, and I guess the only question we have for the Bears right now is just, hey, can y'all duplicate it? And that's the only question because right now it's a 1-year thing.
I think
they can too. But I think if you're gonna say who's the toughest division right now, my money goes to NFC West just because of the three teams that went to the playoffs, including one that went to Super Bowl and won, and another team that won 12 games and had tons of injuries on defense. So
it's hard. And like I said, I don't want to sound like Bart Simpson daddy, but the NFC West is just really powerful right now. When you're talking about, you got a Super Bowl champion in that division, then you got two other playoff teams in that division. Each one of them the other two teams won playoff games that year. The first team went to Super Bowl and won it. The other two teams still won playoff games.
They have three quarterbacks in that division that has played in the Super Bowl. No game is too big for any of them now.
They all have Super Bowl veteran quarterbacks.
Yes.
So it's like, the West is like looking like it's going to be, barring injuries, the West is look like it's going to be stronger. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if the injury bug hit the Niners again, I don't think they'll have the success that they had last year. I think it was a superior coaching.
Robert Saleh.
Robert Sala, the combination of Robert Sala and Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
Now, you took half the equation away. Half the equation's in Tennessee. I like Raheem Morris, but he's not Robert Sala. I think if you give him Raheem Morris some horses, he gonna make do, and he gonna really have a solid defense. But he's not Robert Sala. He's not gonna be able to take a bunch of guys from off the street like Robert Sala did, and still have a defense good enough to beat teams like the Bears. Beat teams like the Rams, beat teams. He's not gonna be able to do that. So, yeah. They can't have the injury bug again. But that being said, in my opinion, the NFC West is probably going to be the strongest division in football this year.
Okay. KC, opening day. Cowboys at Giants on Sunday Night Football. John Harbaugh is New York's head coach. Due to his coaching history, do you think New York can actually get the victory?
Yes.
They can. Here's another thing, too, though, KC. You got to remember.
Wait a minute. Where's the game?
Huh?
Well, there's leaks right now. It's not really official, but is the game supposed to be in Dallas or in MetLife?
I think it's at MetLife.
Okay.
I think well, okay, listen, everybody has a chance to win any game. I don't care who play who. Here's the thing, too, in case you got to remember. Dallas had the worst defense last year. They went 6-9-1. They got right now, they have a better defensive coordinator and better roster than last year. So even though New York is better with their head coach, Dallas is better with their defensive coordinator as well. I'm not saying New York is not winning the game.
Week one is not going to look like it's supposed to look week one. It never does when you got a new coordinator.
That is true.
Any team. Usually it takes probably about the first 2 or 3 weeks for it to really look like it's supposed to.
That is true.
However, that being said, the Giants, you're talking about a whole new coaching staff.
Yes.
So, that we're going to address that as we get closer.
Oh, and also we got to still remember Malik Neighbors may not be available that game as well.
Play that game. We still don't know what the situation with George Pickens is in Dallas, even though we feel like he's going to sign that long-term deal. But I think he's going to get a deal done before the season starts. But crazy things have happened. He could get traded. That's like a less than 20% chance.
I think he plays on the tag.
I don't think he plays. No, I don't think he plays on that tag. And here's why. His agent has never had a client play on the tag ever in his career. Let me
ask you a question. Is it worth it for George Pickens to miss a whole season over a tag?
No. I didn't say his clients missed a whole season. I said they didn't play on the tag. In other words, the teams ponied up that money, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's what his agent has done.
No, I understand.
Ain't nobody said out no guy. He'll hear your contract. We sorry.
I understand. I understand. I'm not.
And you have a senile or dementia-ridden troll like Jerry Jones, and I got to win a Super Bowl, even though he ain't gonna win one anytime soon. He's still gonna do whatever it takes. So he gonna pay George. That's why I say he gonna get his deal done. He gonna get that deal done. That deal probably is gonna get done before week one. That deal is going to get done before week one.
Okay. All right. Brick had a question for us. I know I'm behind on questions, but we're gonna still get these things answered. Which teams do you see make the biggest jump this year? Which teams do you see falling back the furthest from last year? Let me go back to last year's standings.
So you're talking about the biggest jump. So you're saying the teams that were like probably like just complete trash and they jump, let's say, into a playoff position, possibly Brick. And then probably you saying biggest fall, you saying teams that possibly made the playoffs that won't make it this year. I'm assuming that's what you're asking. I'm trying to clarify your question. And if that's the case, then that's a good discussion. That'll take up a couple of minutes. So that's
right, I'll tell you what. Let me do this for you, E. I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay, because I was about to pull it up myself.
Boom. All right, there you go. Okay, looking at the AFC, New
Yeah,
England.
I can't see that. That's all right. I got it on my screen.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like
Yeah, I know it's real small.
it's tiny. I got my glasses on and it's tiny.
It is tiny, isn't it? Yeah. Oh no, no. Hold on. I just want to see what this looks like real quick. Oh, okay. We just did that. Nah, that's still small. Nah, forget that. All right. Yeah, kill. Okay. Stop sharing. Okay.
We gonna start with AFC.
So New England was 14-3. Buffalo's 12-5. You know, I wonder how much a step back Buffalo takes with a new coaching staff.
Well, I still think they make the playoffs.
Okay.
I still think they make the playoffs. I'm not saying they're going to win this division, and I'm not saying the Dolphins ain't gonna get better or the Jets not gonna get better. I still think the Bills are gonna still be a playoff team. You know?
Okay.
So I don't think anybody's gonna fall in that division.
You don't think Miami's going to fall with all the players they've lost? And they said, I know it's 7-10, but you don't think they take even a step back?
I think they stay par for the course.
Okay.
I think they're gonna stay right there. They're gonna be right at that 7-10, 8-9, something like that.
Okay.
You know, I think they're gonna be somewhere up in there. They're gonna be just mid. I got a friend of mine that's a coworker who works for me, and he's born and raised in Miami. And he's like, yeah, we're gonna lose 10 games this year. He's like, he is dead set on believing they're gonna lose 10 games. I said, I don't think it's gonna be that bad, but I don't think it's gonna be great. You know, it's gonna be a very mid type of season.
All right. Does Jacksonville take a step back?
I can see Jacksonville definitely taking a step back.
Yes, 13-4.
That might be your team that takes
a step back. Yes,
takes a tumble. Yeah.
The
Titans are going to be better coached. The Colts maybe won't have all those injury issues. The Texans ain't going nowhere. The Texans already won 12 games. If C.J. Stroud improves his play just an inkling, the Texans are going to win that division. Yes. But I'm not making a prediction right now because we still got to see. But, yeah. So, yeah, I think the Jaguars are primed for a fall.
Okay, does Kansas City jump up?
I think Kansas City can become a playoff team again. Yes.
Okay.
They're just too well coached. Also, that's why I feel like the Jaguars may make a fall because Liam Cohen made it a point to piss off everybody in the league that he played against. Now you got Liam Cohen and Robert Saleh in the same division now.
Okay.
Yeah. So people don't like Liam Cohen. They gonna make it a point to try to drag the Jaguars, and I just don't believe in Mr. Generational talent in Jacksonville at quarterback. Trevor Lawrence. I don't
either, man.
I think he's a mid quarterback. I don't think he's a generational. Notice the air quotes. Generational talent, yeah. Like people say he is. You know, and that being fair, if you want to be fair about it. If you want to say who the best quarterback in the AFC South is at this point, with the most upside right now going into 2026, it's probably Cam Ward.
Yeah.
I know it's a hot take, but hey, it's hot. Okay. But, you know, C.J. Stroud was disappointing. He was a reason why the Texans probably weren't in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
You still got Daniel Jones.
I ain't worried about Daniel Jones.
Exactly.
Daniel, listen, there was I know people were loving Daniel Jones and they were trying to call him Indiana Jones and all that stuff on social media, hyping him up. I'm going to tell y'all something. There was a point before he got hurt where I saw Daniel Jones play like New York Giants Daniel Jones. Y'all people have stopped acting like Daniel Jones is something different just because he's in Indianapolis. No, sir.
But that's the point right there. It's like Daniel Jones is going to be Daniel Jones. C.J. Stroud was disappointing last year. Trevor Lawrence has had multiple opportunities under multiple coaches to be good, and he's just been mid. And at his very best, he's been above average. Okay? So right now, the quarterback with the most upside in that division, I know we kind of went on a tangent here, but that's what we're doing today. We're just talking football randomly. The best quarterback with the most upside in the AFC South right now is Cam Ward.
Now, you know what? You know who? I got one more team, and then we can move on to the next question. I think depending on Tyler Shaw, I think New Orleans could take a step forward.
Okay, so we didn't jump to the NFC already.
Yep. And that's the only team I can see up or down, really.
Yeah, and Tyler Shuck has, I think he's surprised a lot of people why he's been, because there's a lot of Saints fans when they took him, the Saints fans were like, no, 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 no. I was like, no, 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 no. But they're doing the right thing. They're putting pieces around him.
Mm-hmm.
The coaching is not bad. My question is, what is Atlanta going to look like? Tampa Bay has one of their top weapons gone in Mike Evans, and I've never believed in Baker Mayfield. And bacon turnovers, but hot apple turnovers. But the Panthers have shown that they got some grit. That will be the only challenge, I think, right now.
Yes.
So the Panthers could stay where they are because they've improved on what they already had. I just wish they had a safety that could catch the football last playoffs because they'd have sent the Rams home. The Tyler Shuck, I think the Saints could be the highest riser in the NFC South. The North, I think the Lions could come back up. They could resurge.
That's all on Dan Campbell.
It's going to be on Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell, man.
Yeah. But I mean, they still got they got enough horses over there where they could if I was gonna say another division could rival the NFC West, it's probably NFC North. I think it would be that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their records are close.
Yeah. And then the West is wide open except for the Cardinals. We know that the Cardinals probably gonna win about maybe 3 more games than they won last year. Okay. If they lucky. They'll win 3 more games. They'll be like 6 and 11, something like that. But other than that, yeah, the only team in the NFC I can see coming from the bottom going up, and it wouldn't be that much of a shock, was probably the Lions and the Saints.
Okay.
Yeah, going from the very bottom back to the top. So yeah, I mean. The 49ers could win the West, but, our dynasty is still possible in the NFL salary cap. Oh, that's a good question. No. What we define as a dynasty now.
Well, what do you define as a dynasty?
The Chiefs could probably be defined as a dynasty because, it was 3 and 5 years? Was it 3 and 5 years?
Yeah, but, okay, so what we used to define as dynasty was you won 3 Super Bowls in a 10-year span.
Yeah, which I didn't call it that. I thought a dynasty was 3 in a shorter span than that.
So when Washington won their 3 Super Bowls between 82 and 91, you don't think that's a dynasty?
That's debatable. I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say yes. Okay. It's debatable.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess to be fair, you can say a 10-year span. But I don't know if you can do that in a 10-year span now. Because
that's real tough today. Because we just said Super Bowl windows open and close.
Exactly. So
you know what? I think
you can say, well, we won this many Super Bowls in this span. Because with the moving pieces, now I'm gonna tell you what, if you were able to do that inside of a team, well, here's the thing. Dang. Here's you gotta look at it this way. You got teams because you can move so many pieces around so quickly and so eloquently, you could easily win more than 3 in a 10-year span. Because how quickly you could get down and come right back up. We just got through having a conversation, not even probably 60 seconds ago, about how quickly a team can come from the bottom to the top. So
that is true.
So you could, I guess we could still say the 10-year span because inside 10 years, a team could be just complete unwiped ass and then jump up and be division winners. We could be 2 years from now, we could be talking about the Browns at the top of the NFC North.
AFC North.
AFC, no, excuse me, AFC North. We could be, we could be talking about, I highly doubt it, but we could be talking about the Cardinals at the top of the NFC West. I doubt it. It could be 49ers and Cardinals at the top. And then, Matt Stafford then got broken in half or then retired. Sam Darnold then got beat up or whatever, or came back down to earth, turned back into a pumpkin. We could be talking about the New York Jets fighting for the top of the NFC East, AFC East, excuse me, AFC East. So there's so many, you can turn a team around so fast now. And if you're a winning team, you can turn your roster, you can flip your roster, because teams aren't. If you rebuilding, you really have crapped the bed. If you're retooling or readjusting, those teams that have the ability to do that, where we're a winning team, but we realize we got some pieces that are getting older, some pieces that are getting expensive. All right, let's do this, make these moves. Boom, we're still in it. Like that. That's a remodel. That's a retooling. That's not a rebuild. Rebuild is when you just completely suck, and you like what the Jets are doing now, what the Cardinals are doing now.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely suck, and you got to go in and just rebuild. But it's easier to stay up, is what I'm saying. If you're already up there and you know how to manage your team correctly, you can stay up there. Maybe not win a Super Bowl that year, but you in the conversation every year. That's good managed teams.
Yes. Okay. And also, it takes you to be special as well, because when New England was winning all those Super Bowls and going to all those Super Bowls, that was special. When Kansas City was going to all the Super Bowls and stuff and winning, that was special. So it takes some of that as well. You just happen to be a special team at that time, in that time frame. Let's see. Oops, I did not want that. Okay. Which head coach has the hottest seat entering the season?
Oh, that's a good one. I think I put that as a breadcrumb question when I promoted the show. Who has the hottest seat going into?
Okay, let's look at this. I think, and I said it last year, but I think he got fortunate. What's homeboy's name in Indianapolis?
Steichen. Is it Steichen?
Shane Steichen, yeah.
I think it's Steichen.
Yeah, I still think him and the GM are still on a hot seat. I know they went 8-9. I know they saved their job for another year, but that owner, Jim Irsay's daughter, who's the principal owner, she got those boys on a hot seat. Okay.
Now the funny thing is, we got so many new coaches now, or second year coaches, the second year with their new team. So like, there's not going to be too many hot seats because
it was a lot of head coach changes this past season too.
What was it, close to? Was it 8?
It was about 8 or 10 because Buffalo, Miami, Pittsburgh, Baltimore,
New York.
Hold on, Tennessee. That's 5 right there. Raiders 6. Giants 7.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta 8. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So 8 new head coaches. So yeah, it's not going to be a lot of hot seats going on right now. Like I said, Indianapolis got to be on a hot seat.
Now, because of how dysfunctional the franchise is by who runs it, I would say Aaron Glenn is on a hot seat. He shouldn't be. But he probably will be.
At some point, Zach Taylor got to be put on a hot seat, man.
You know what? That's another good candidate because.
Oh, Cleveland has a new head coach. That's 9. But Cincinnati, yeah. So at some point, Zach Taylor of Cincinnati got to be put on a hot seat. Yeah. I know they won Super Bowl a few years ago, but at some point you got to get back, and you got to find a way to be better than New England, be better than. Yes, the only reason I'm saying this because they won the division last year, but you got to be better than Pittsburgh. You got to be better than Jacksonville just based off of record. You have to be better than Houston. You have to be better than Denver, Chargers, and the Chiefs. You're going to have to find a way. You got quarterback. You got receivers. I guess you try to fix his defense, but at some point, Zach Taylor got to win some games.
I think his seat's a little warm.
I think so. It's not as high as Shane Steichen, but it got some warmth to it.
Yeah. I think the only thing that's probably saving Shane Steichen is probably the injuries.
Yeah.
But if they start off flat, yeah.
Let me ask you a question. If Philadelphia falls below 500 this year, is Nick Sirianni gone?
Oh, absolutely. You know how crazy Philly fans are? How rabid Philly fans are?
Yes.
They will riot in the streets if they go below 500.
Listen, man. I live less than 150 miles away from that city, okay? Shoot, I know. I mean, I'm a fan of a team in that division. I know. Hot seat. Oh, Bose at some point is going to end up on a hot seat, man. I know. Todd Bowles. I know they've been winning, division titles and stuff. I just don't.
It's not saying much when you win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's enough. I really don't think it's enough.
There was a time when the South was really taken seriously.
Yes. Oh.
And now not so much. It's like, we won the South. Everybody like so.
The last time
the winning team of the South was 8-9.
The last time the South was taken seriously was when Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
because that was the second to last year Tom Brady, and I think that was Drew Brees' final season. That's the last time.
The Panthers won the division at 8-9. You had three teams that were 8-9. Three teams were 8-9.
Yes.
500.
Listen, that because the Saints with Breeze and Sean Payton was on fire. Carolina with Cam Newton was on fire. Atlanta, I know what happened, but they did get to Super Bowl one time. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, that division was tough. Right now, that division is just treading water right now. It's just here. That's all they're doing right now.
We won this. We the NFC South champions. People be like, okay.
You want a cookie?
Yeah, and it's like and people, the NFC South, and listen, because I know the only people watching right now are probably my New Orleans people, and this is no offense to y'all, but the NFC South is the reason why there's an argument for reseeding once the playoff teams have been established. Because you're going to be the fourth seed. And they're going to be teams that are going to be the fifth, sixth, and seventh seed that will probably have a better record.
Yep.
And it's like, and that happened this year. The fifth, sixth, and seventh seed
in
the NFC had a better record than the winner of the NFC South. And it's like, y'all got to get your weight up. You got to get your weight up, NFC South. People got to start taking you seriously again. And right now, I think the folks that's going to probably be leading the way is probably going to be the Panthers and the Saints. They're going to have to be the ones to make people take that division seriously again. They're going to be a Love, and I'm sorry, not Love, Young, Bryce Young, and Tyler Shuck. It's on them.
Yeah.
It's on them. They are going to have to make people, they're going to have to make people take them seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now everybody else is like, how they got that meme.
What's up, Twan?
Hey, Twan, what's happening? How they got that meme with the Ghidorah from Godzilla with the three heads?
Mhm.
One
Oh
is-
yeah.
You got another one looking real mean. You got another one that's looking just dopey.
Yeah.
If you have four heads, it'd be like NFC West, NFC North, NFC East, and then you go over here to NFC South, just like that. That's how the heads look right now. And it's like, and I know I just got to keep it real. It's like they got to step their game up. It can't just be one team. Because let's say, like you said, let's say the Saints take over, just play lights out. The Saints will be in that division like at doggone 12-6, and everybody else will be down there like 8-9 or 7-10 or something like that. It's like one good team, and the rest of the teams suck. You know, it's got to be 2 or 3 teams in that division that's got to step their game up. It can't just be one team to be good. You know, and we own the South. You know what? Y'all want double-digit games. We respect that, but the rest of your division is trash. It didn't take much to come out of that division. You know.
All right. What position is most undervalued in the NFL today?
Undervalued. Punter. Punter. Let me tell you something. You get you a good punter that can keep dropping footballs inside the 10-yard line.
It's not even just dropping the football inside the 10-yard line. To me, it's 50 plus yards, somewhere between 50 to 55 net yards, not gross, net yards, but the hang time is there where guys are just fair catching all the time. They're not able to return the football. Because, and as a kid, I used to love this. Okay, so this is how much of a football nerd I am. I used to love watching the little hang time clock on TV when the punter punt the football, and it'd be like 1, 2, 3, it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm like, okay, how long is it gonna be? Boom, and like it'd be like 4.9 seconds or 5.3 seconds or something like that. Having a punter that can get you net yards on punter 50 to 55 yards, and the hang time is like at 5 seconds. Yeah, you really got something. You really got something.
But punter, that and you have your reasons why you like it, but my reason is if you can consistently drop that football inside the 10-yard line where there's no return and it doesn't roll into the end zone, you have helped your defense out tremendously.
Yes, you have. No, you have.
Realize how punters can win games because the opposing offense has to drive 90-some yards every single damn time. And it's like, and these new Australian kickers with the weird spin on the ball, you can cause muffs, get vital special teams turnovers.
I remember when we had an Australian punter. Yo, Matt McBride was good, man. Matt McBride was good. He was them punts were going 60, 65 yards, man. Shoot.
I feel some type of way about them letting Mitch Wisnowski walk from San Francisco because I really liked him. I really did like him because he, man.
But if I had to agree, I would agree with Tom because center. I'm gonna tell you something.
Quarterback of the offensive line.
Yeah, you gotta be smart and you gotta be able to snap. You gotta be able to snap block. You ha. you got 325 plus pound nose tackle in front of you. Line, and I'm talking about head up as a zero.
Man, zero take me on your tail.
Zero take right here. Listen. Dude is right here. Okay? He's right here, and you guys said go.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're doing. Said go is what you're doing.
Yeah, center, and he, not only that, like I said, center has to call protections, have to along with the quarterback.
Yeah,
you know, so you listen to the snap count. You have to read the defensive line. You got to check to see if any backers are coming.
Well, you know, what's the front? Is a odd front? Is a over front? Is a over front, under front? Is it even front? Is it a bare front? What kind of front? Do we have two mug linebackers? You know, hey, we're calling we're calling this run play. Who you blocking? Okay, what's this? What's this double team called? Is it ace? Is it deuce? Is it tray? What's the calls here? Everybody got to be on the same page. Then it starts with the center.
Yeah.
And Jeff Saturday proved that.
One of the best.
Let's see. I think the Patriots fall back. Okay, yeah, that was a good response. It has to be the perfect storm. Zach Taylor. Okay, Bryce got game. Yo, left tackle. Oh, my boy Q. What's up, Q? No, hold on. We said no. That was Torn. Said yo. But I know Q's in here. Q, what's up, man? That's my boy from high school. Q. You said left tackle. I gotta disagree with you on left tackle just because left tackle is a premium position. I don't think it's undervalued. I don't think left tackle is undervalued.
The highest paid position on the
offensive line, yeah.
Some left tackles are getting paid more than some of your skill positions, which I kind of don't like that term, skill position. Because honestly, if you're playing football in the NFL, every position is a skill position because it requires a certain skill.
Yeah, it really does.
Play it at a high level. So, but non-offensive line positions, that's what we'll say. We'll say non-offensive line positions. There are some left tackles that get paid more than some non-offensive line positions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, keep the questions coming, y'all. Y'all got some good questions, man. You got any questions for me and the audience or anything?
For me?
Yeah, you.
No, I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Oh man, I should have known you was gonna pull that off, man. Keep the questions coming, y'all. But man, now we've had some good questions, man.
I mean, we're right at an hour, so we did pretty good tonight. To say this is the off season.
Hey, listen, man, and like I said, everything is dead right now. Like I said, David Njoku just signed with the Chargers. Whoop de doo.
Well, we got rookie mini camps opening up right now.
Actually, I think almost all rookie mini camps are finished, right?
Well, I should say they just had, because this is what rookie mini camps like a 2-day camp, 3-day camp.
Yeah.
Now we're finna start OTAs.
Yeah,
that are gonna be coming up pretty soon. That's where all the veterans come in for your. I think these are still voluntary, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're still voluntary. OTAs are still voluntary.
So you're gonna still have some of the old savvy veterans coming in that are gonna be like, yeah, I'm not coming in. I'm good. Panda about that action boss. What you going to explain, Wes? What you mean?
I think his response was to you saying, I'm here because I'm just here because I don't get fined.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Marshawn Lynch. I actually have a T-shirt that says that. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I wear it to work on Fridays.
I like this.
Which coordinators are there? Oh, come on, Donald, with the piping hot question. Oh man, that's a good question.
Okay.
I really would like to see Flores get another shot, but I don't know if he will. That would be my guy.
I know.
And then you got this whole Mike Vrabel scandal. People talking about it. He may have to resign or what. Oh my God! They're gonna make Mike McDaniel, not Mike McDaniel, Josh McDaniel, make him the interim. Oh, I would just quit playing football. Oh.
Hey, listen, man.
It's like the horror movie when you go back to the haunted house on a sequel. You know a bunch of people got killed up in there. Why you going back in that haunted house?
Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen. Josh McDaniels as a head coach is what?
Trash. I am trash.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's not working, man. I don't know who Miami's coordinators are.
Robert Kraft, yeah, I bet you better not find.
Jets. I know who the OC is, but I'm not worried about Frank Wright.
It's going to have to be somebody that's coming from a highly successful team.
Baltimore. Who's Baltimore's DC now? I think it's Denard Wilson. I'm interested to see how that works out in Baltimore. Cincinnati's coordinators, I don't know. Cleveland's coordinators, I don't know. Jacksonville, Houston, Indianapolis, Tennessee. Tennessee's freaking heck. I think Brian Daboll's the OC. You know what? If Daboll can get a quarterback, he can be a good head coach because he didn't do bad in New York for what he did.
For what he had, no, he didn't do bad.
He didn't do bad in New York. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I like to see Brian Flores get another shot.
Who's Vance Joseph? I mean, I like Vance Joseph, but I don't know if he ever get one. I'm interested to see how Mike McDaniel does with the Chargers, learning under Jim Harbaugh, and maybe that might give him another chance as a head coach. We'll see what that looks like.
Let me pause you on that one. Let me tell you something. If Mike McDaniel can make Justin Herbert look like he's supposed to look, like everybody who's a fan of him thinks he should look, he gonna get some look. He gonna get some phone calls.
Oh, I know he is. Oh, I know. You ain't got to tell me.
Like, let's say the Chargers make the playoffs and win a playoff game. Maybe they don't go that far, but let's say Justin Herbert goes out there and throws for
3,500 to 4,000 yards, maybe like 35, 40 touchdowns.
Very, very low touchdown to interception ratio.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And they go out there and let's say they go to the playoffs and they win a playoff game, maybe get booted the next round. Mike McDaniel get some looks.
Yeah, he is. He will.
He will, because they'll give him the credit. They ain't gonna give Jim the credit, even though Jim is known he's a quarterback reclamation expert. But they'll definitely say it's the Mike McDaniel offense. So yeah, he'll get a look.
I think Spags as the DC in Kansas City he's content with being the DC in Kansas City.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of DC's, Jim Schwartz needs another shot at the head coaching job.
And I don't know if did he get on anybody's staff this year?
I hadn't heard about anything about him going anywhere.
Let me double check. I don't think he got on anybody's staff this year, man.
Which is crazy. Which is nuts. Nuts.
Yeah, I don't think I know he went to Mount St. I know he's from Maryland. Okay. Yeah, no, he's not on anybody's staff right now. Look, I would bring him in in some kind of capacity.
In a consulting capacity, assistant coach.
Yes, senior defensive assistant. I bring him in like that and say, hey, look, man, just, help me look over my defense, man. Shoot, please.
Just be on the sideline and say, hey, man, don't run that package.
Thank you. Exactly. Or they about to do this and you might want to do this.
They about to hit the head on the goalpost if you run that. Like, hey, call timeout. Call timeout. Call timeout. They about to score. Call timeout.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it depends on what Christian Parker does. That's DC and Dallas. He might because people are saying he's a head coach in training and waiting. So it just depends on what he does with that defense. Coordinators. You said Flores. Yeah, that's all I got right now. But that was a very good question, though.
And on that note, we got to start looking at some new people because we just recycled a bunch of names that already have been head coaches.
Dude, the
NFL is notorious for that.
I'm glad Dallas did not do that for DC. I'm sorry. I know I'm talking Cowboys right now, but I'm glad Dallas did not go after.
There's nothing wrong with bringing an older guy in that was a head coach to be a coordinator. I'm just talking about stop having these guys who were coaches before and are now coordinators and then calling them back for head coaching jobs again. Give some of these younger guys a shot. That's what I'm saying. Guys that we've never heard of. Give them a shot. You know, like if this person has had 2 chances at being a head coach, that's it. That should be 1, 2. That's it. You're gonna still coordinate.
Mhm.
That's what it should be. You know.
Yep.
You know, because like I mean, Mike McCarthy probably gonna get fired in Pittsburgh. They gonna make history in Pittsburgh. He gonna be the first Pittsburgh coach to get fired.
All right. Donald Ray said we froze up for 2 minutes. And you know what, Donald Ray? We froze up earlier. I noticed on my phone. So I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or well, you saying we froze up. So I wonder if it's StreamYard.
It had to be StreamYard in both of us.
It happened twice. Yeah.
We're in opposite ends of the country, so it can't be the same Wi-Fi.
No,
So it's got to be StreamYard.
it's got to be StreamYard.
Yeah.
Why do some highly drafted players fail while late round picks succeed?
Bad scouting. Underwear Olympics. People are obsessed with that.
I'm gonna say this. I've said this before, and I'm gonna say this again until I'm blue in the face. If y'all know me by now, I've said it, and I'm gonna say it again. Scouting, drafting, and development is crucial to your team's success. That is so crucial to your team's success.
It starts with scouting.
You got to be able to find you got to be able to find said football player from Yale University who can come in and at least be decent. You got to find said football player from some Division II, Division III school and come in and be decent.
Well, not just that, you gotta be able to look at the guy that comes from the big school and say, oh, he runs 4 this, he jumps 40 that, he lifts this many times. Yeah, that's all cute, but how does he fit your scheme and your team? I scream on that all day long. You can't just look at their workout numbers. You got to put on the film and then go back to his workout numbers and say, okay, that's just confirmation of his athleticism. But there might be some guy that's like super athletic that does not fit what you're trying to do on your team. And that's where we get, and as we get ready to close today, that's where it gets where people, oh, they reached for this guy. No, maybe not. Maybe, just maybe, they drafted a guy that fits them and doesn't fit the media's narrative of him. You know, there's people that think Mekhi Lemon is great. I don't think Mekhi Lemon is better than when we talk about the draft night. It was another. Hold on, let me go to my notes.
You're talking about that one receiver, not definitely not Cardinal Tate.
No, I was very low. Tyson.
Yeah, Jordan Tyson.
I feel like Jordan Tyson was better than Mekhi Lemon. A lot of people think Mekhi Lemon is better than Jordan Tyson. I didn't even have a first round grade on Mekhi Lemon. Now, I'm gonna say it like this, because those of y'all that might disagree with me, I'm very seldom wrong. I've been doing this. How long I've been on the show? 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've very seldom been wrong when I talk about a player. Like, I'm gonna just use one example, and I'm gonna leave it alone. Emmanuel Forbes and Christian Gonzalez. I went to bet. I was like, Christian Gonzalez is a better player than Emmanuel Forbes. And Washington had Christian Gonzalez dead to rights and could have drafted him. They took Emmanuel Forbes. He's not even on their roster anymore. He's not on a roster right now. He's a first round.
My problem with Emmanuel Forbes is that boy was light.
That was why I didn't like him.
He was light. That's
why I didn't like him, because he was very light. And he runs 4 this, 4.3 this. I said, what that got to do with the price of tea in China? Listen. I said, if you it was a guy we had as a guest on our division by division breakdown. And I was like, look at who he has to play in his division. Look who he has to play against in his conference. He's not going to be able to tackle those guys.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown at the
Debo Samuel
time, Debo Samuel in his prime.
was in San Francisco. Yes,
He was in his prime at that time. And
yes.
it's like,
Even and as much as we get on DK Metcalf,
DK Metcalf would
you're not going to be able to tackle a 6'4",
Dog walked
235 receiver like that.
dog walked him. Like you try to get impressed man with this guy, he'll eat your lunch. So he's gonna make up with it for it. No, you can't make up for being this big. If you 168, 6'3", 168 in the NFL, I don't give a damn if you run a 4.2.
AJ Brown was going to throw Emmanuel Forbes like Uncle Phil used to throw Jazz and Fresh Prince.
And did. It's not was going to. He did do that. Everything I said was right. That's why he ain't no. And then fool around and went to the Rams. Guess what? Why did the Rams have to go out and get 2 corners this offseason?
Because
I rest my case.
Because they picked him up and threw him like Jazz.
But all I'm saying is this: I'm not always right, but I'm right more often than I'm wrong.
And right now, I'm looking right on Lucas Van Ness in Green Bay. And right now I'm looking correct on Shamar Stewart in Cincinnati.
There it is. And he called it. Brandon called it. So when we talk about scouting, getting back to the original question, the reason why is people I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna sound a bit narcissistic right here, Brandon. This is our one moment of narcissism. They don't scout as good as we do. And we just some guys with laptops and phones.
Laptops, phones, and
now you want us to pick some winners? NFL teams hire us to be scouts and see if we don't find you some dogs.
And let me tell y'all something. Just because a middle linebacker can run faster than a speeding bullet, can jump high, can jump through the roof of a stadium.
Well, it is.
If that boy hesitates for 1 second when the ball is snapped, he is out of position. Yes, he can make up for it, but you're not going to be able to make up for it 100% of the time. And I know. Oh my God, I know.
You don't want your linebacker chasing. You want him to play.
I know what's going to happen because. No, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I'm keeping my mouth shut. Let's go to the next question because Donald Ray got another good question.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Donald Ray trying to get us on, trying to keep us on the air. Recent draft class could become legendary.
Well, the first one that comes to mind, and this is not recent, but that first round of 2011 was loaded. Like the first 20 picks easily was loaded. Because that was the Cam Newton, Von Miller, Tyron Smith, J.J. Watt, Julio Jones, A.J. Brown draft. If you go back and look at that one. But if you're talking about recent, let's see. We went over the 2020. We went over 2023 draft last week, and we didn't like it. So let's skip over that one.
Worst drafts.
Yeah, that was terrible.
In contrast to your question, that was one of the worst drafts in recent history.
Yeah,
very few teams got over a C.
2022 is not bad in the first round. It's not legendary, but it's not bad right now. I'm looking at it because you got. Now, Trayvon Walker, that was a Trent Baalke draft pick. Aiden Hutchinson, you got Stingley Jr., you got Sauce Gardner. Not bad. Drake London's turned into something. Garrett Wilson is a good receiver. Chris Olave is a good receiver. Jameson Williams a good receiver. Jordan Davis a nose tackle. Kyle Hamilton a safety. Let's see. Trevor Pennis and with the Chargers. Tyler Smith for the Cowboys at guard, Linderbaum at center now with the Raiders. Jermaine Johnson, not bad, but like I said, it's not legendary. It's too early to call it legendary. That was 2022, 2021. Let's see, Trevor Lawrence, no. Cal Pitts, Jamar Chase, good. Jalen Waddle, not bad. Penei Sewell, good. J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain. Devontae Smith is a 2. Parsons in Green Bay. Rashawn Slater is good. Mac Jones was Eric's favorite quarterback of all time.
He's a very good backup.
He is a very good backup. He shouldn't have been drafted in the first round.
Right.
I don't like the 2021 draft too much. It's okay. I can't call it legendary right now. That's gonna take some serious research, man, because to call something legendary, let's see, 2020, Joe Burrow, Chase Young, okay, Tua, Herbert, Derek Brown, the Wirfs is pretty good. Jerry Judy, no. Lamb, yes. Justin Jefferson, definitely yes. Patrick Queen is solid. Higgins is a 2. McKinney has broken out in Green Bay. Not Robert Taylor. Jonathan Taylor, Antoine Winfield Jr. Not bad. It's not legendary. Again,
it's been a while since there's been a legendary draft.
Yeah, I'm just looking at these. 2019.
You got some good ones, but nothing that was we could just write off as legendary.
Bosa, Quentin Williams is in Dallas. Devin White, Josh Howard, T.J. Hawkinson. Rashawn Gary's not bad. Chris Lindstrom, okay. Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence is fantastic. Jeffrey Simmons is good. Josh Jacobs is good. Montez Sweat just didn't live up to expectations. Debo was drafted in 2019 with AJ Brown. Didn't know that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He's a second rounder.
Yeah. DK Metcalf drafted in the second round that same year. So it's not legendary yet. It's still not legendary. So all this legendary, like, I guess if you're going to go legendary, you've kind of got to go back some, because that's when you have a better idea of, like, longevity, because Saquon has been solid, but he's been injured a lot. Sam Darnold finally doing something. Denzel Ward is a good corner. I think he needs a change of scenery. Quentin Nelson at guard. Josh Allen has played better than I thought he would at quarterback. Roquan Smith at middle linebacker. Minkah Fitzpatrick should have been a safety from day one. Vita Vea, nose tackle. Deron Payne should have. I think of Payne. No. Edmonds, Derwin James. I think Jair Alexander's done now, but it's still not a legendary draft per se.
No, it's not. There haven't been any legendary drafts in a long time.
Yeah, because again, I'm into 2018 now, and I'm sorry, I'm just not seeing. I'm gonna stop at 2017, but nothing legendary. Myles Garrett, number 1 overall, but Trubisky's a bust. Jamal Adams overrated. McCaffrey's great. Mahomes has been fantastic. Marshawn Lattimore had some good years. Deshaun Watson, we'll see what happens with him if he can ever bounce back. Hassan Reddick seemed like he's just finished. And these guys, I mean, they've gotten old now. You know, they slowing down when you look at them. Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon, they slowed down a lot, and that's 2017. Yeah, it's nothing legendary. I'm gonna stop there, but maybe one day if I feel like it, I might go back and look at it some more. But I think 2011, at least in the first round, might be your best, your most recent legendary draft. But some of these, man, I'm like, it's shaky. It's way too shaky for me. I'm sorry. Okay.
So yeah, well, we want to thank you guys that came in with the questions. Thank you again for some of our day ones, and then also some of our day 37s, because we got some new subscribers that are really, really active in the box, and we really appreciate you guys in the comment box. This has been our viewers' choice show part 2. We may have another one before the season starts because sometimes we kind of enter kind of a dead period and there's not a whole lot going on. And we still want to talk football. So that's what we do here on Just a Fan Podcast. We love talking about NFL football all day, all night. Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel are not news unless Mike Vrabel gets fired, which I still don't think will happen. But thank you for all your questions. Thank you for all your engagement because some guys just came in and made statements, which were good statements, some were really, really good questions. But that's what our Viewers' Choice show is about. I know from my standpoint of it, if I had a favorite podcast and they had a Viewers' Choice show where they just answer questions on the entire show, I would love that because I'd be coming in with questions that, well, what about this? So thank you. Thank you all. We'll try to get when we have another one of these, we'll try to publicize it a little bit earlier so you can write your questions down and just keep them coming. So we can fill those questions because some of these questions were so good that we had a whole 5 to 10 minute conversations about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is good. We want those hot loaded questions so we can really dive into that question and go follow all the possible tangents that we can go take that question on because it opens up the floor to different things as well, other discussions. So this has just been a football chat. That's all we've been doing.
Yep.
It's great. And that's why we love our Viewers' Choice shows and we love our fans. Thank you so much. Make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button, please. It helps the algorithm. And then also, hey, tell a friend. Welcome to a friend at work. Hey, man, you like podcasts? Hey, hit subscribe on these guys right here. Look up Just a Fan Podcast on your phone. Okay, hit subscribe. Check these guys out. They're pretty good. I know that's what I would say. But that's what we like you guys to do. We're trying to get our sub list up and we're trying to, take the top off this thing and blow it up. We're some big time content creators here on YouTube. All right, that's it.
All right, so Twan has said this. We had some trash though, so I don't know what he was. I don't know if he was just joking about the questions, but I tell you what though, I know who is trash. Trayvon Diggs.
Trash, 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 trash. Damn, trash.
Stephon is going to get a job before you do, Trayvon. Somebody's going to give Stephon a position on their roster before you. We just saying.
All right. Okay, now I know I had posted on this channel that the schedule release was supposed to have been on Wednesday. They hit me with it's going to be on Thursday. So my bad for being wrong. I thought it was going to be on Wednesday because when I looked up the off-season schedule, it said Wednesday, not Thursday. Now they're saying Thursday. Anyway, the schedule's going to be released on Thursday. So next week's show, we'll be discussing NFL schedule release. Okay? So be ready for that. Same time, same place. Appreciate y'all for having these likes high. Because we got 11 views right now on the YouTube side with 7 likes. So shouts out to y'all. Y'all doing matter of fact, let me say this. Y'all have been doing a great job with having those likes up with the amount of views we've had. So keep it up, y'all. Keep it up. If you haven't hit the like button, you can still hit the like button. Please hit the like button, okay? Donald Wright, I don't think this is worth it, but whatever. Have fun with that. So
it would be the 7th receiver on the team.
We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and IG. Okay. Coach Williams, NFL Encyclopedia, Wildcat quarterback that runs this show, future Hall of Famer. Panel 316, the good guy with Black Hat, and y'all did a great job asking questions. There was another good question on here, but we're wrapping it up. Sorry. See y'all next week, same time, same place. Peace out, y'all. Thank you. Oh, Dawn Ray says she don't want them. I don't blame you, man. Oops, did I? No.